A video from a university in San Francisco State University to be exact.
Ah yes, San Francisco. Why am I not surprised to hear that name? Especially when university is at the end of it.
Has gone viral, and it features two students getting into a pretty heated argument about cultural appropriation. Now, this video features a black student going after a white student who has dreadlocks. I don't want to give too much away. Take a look.
So yes, people, we're going to be discussing the whole cultural appropriation thing that happened at San Francisco, where this black girl and her, what I can assume is a gay Inspector Gadget, saw that off some YouTuber, sorry lad, who is her friend, accosting this white guy because he had dreadlocks. And I'm going to assume you've seen the footage that they're about to show on TYT, so we'll skip that and get to the discussion at hand. It's golden.
Hello everyone, this is Champion Man 90. Ugh! Damn it, I can't see a thing in this.
Oh, that's
That face when you know your friend is being an utter cunt.
good.
Jamie, didn't you play this character
I know.
once?
Mine didn't have as long of dreads. This is awesome. I got a lot of comments. I'll wait till you go.
Assault, isn't it funny?
This is hilarious.
This video.
Yeah, it's so funny when a man is bloody assaulted, isn't it? But when a woman is assaulted, oh my god, kill that man, string him up from a poplar tree.
Okay, so first let me clarify some misreporting that's been done with this story. It's been reported that this woman is an employee. She is not an employee. San Francisco State University has come forward and they said, no, she's not an employee. Now, with that said, this video enraged me. Like, why are you going after just a random student who happens to have dreadlocks and antagonizing him? And then, look, you want to start a dialogue about cultural appropriation, that's one thing. But once you put your hands on someone, that's it. You lose any and all support that you might have.
I do love it when Anna Kasparian recovers what brain cells she lost being on this show for far too long. I have absolutely nothing to say about this other than, well done, Anna, you deserve a hug.
It's unacceptable. Do not put your hands on anyone. Don't put your hands on anyone at a Trump rally. Don't put your hands on anyone when you're having a disagreement about cultural appropriation at a university. Don't touch people.
Well, all I can say, Anna, is take a bow. You deserve clicks from me.
I don't know why
people who have like white dreadlocks, like that's dirty. Like
it's so stupid. And look,
oh, like white people wearing dreadlocks, it's like so dirty. Listen here, bitch, alright? White people have been wearing dreads for nearly 2,000, 4,000 years, maybe. We don't know exactly when each culture invented dreadlocks, but all we know is that humans have been wearing them for millennia, and it goes beyond racial boundaries. It's just a cultural thing at the end of the day. It's a fashion statement. The Spartans used to wear them. The Vikings used to wear them. African tribes sometimes wear them. Rastafarians are the most recent culture to wear them. Hippies wear them. Metal musicians, metalheads even wear them. It's not something that can be accredited to one race, one culture. It's just someone invented it over here, another one invented it over there. Okay? Hither and thither. It's not hard to understand. Just because you find it dirty doesn't mean it's wrong.
like, honestly, you're...
white dreadlocks are the worst. I'm sorry, I have to say, like when I saw this, I
got a lot
thought
of
it
wax
was
in it.
hilarious. Like, I thought it
I
is
thought
horrible.
Chinese dreadlocks.
It's so horrible that a guy got assaulted for wearing dreadlocks. So because I hate white dreadlocks, I find it annoying and dirty. It's hilarious!
One, the woman is definitely high. All right, she looks. She's like smiling. She's like, "Come here, wait, I hate you, love you."
See, if I said that about a man, I'd be crucified and also strung up on the poplar tree along with him. If that was me defending a man saying, oh, he's high, look, he's smiling as he assaults this woman for her hair. I can't even believe that they have to make excuses for this woman, this criminal. She is technically a criminal. This is assault. This is racially motivated almost, you could argue. And yet, we have to have the excuses because she's a woman, because she's a black woman, so she's high up in the oppression Olympics. She's got a gold medal. She's just high. Look, she's smiling. You know, mate, maybe she's smiling because she's a bully and is enjoying being a bully.
You're right. You should never, ever, I think, try and.
I think, maybe we should not attack someone, but it's really funny because he has dreadlocks. It's not right, totally not. But she was high, she didn't do nothing.
I don't know, start a fight with someone like that in a physical way.
Yeah.
She definitely that wasn't the place to bring up cultural appropriation at all. That being said, white dreadlocks really do bother me. And
They only bother you because you're a racist. A self-hating racist.
They're nasty.
This is
and it's
so
funny.
random. Okay.
I'm sorry.
We all have a different
I
opinion.
understand.
We have an employee here who's
Yeah, it's really funny as a Latina to see someone who's white with dreadlocks getting bullied because of his hair and his race. Yeah, really funny. Really funny, chica. Really funny.
white with.
I don't
I
even.
know they look good on her, but like
You guys
I
stop.
wouldn't-
You guys stop using big words. Racial appropriation. What is that?
Oh, don't tell me he's trying to play the dumb white guy. He's trying to play the dumb white guy. Listen, mate, you're not funny. You're an asshole. They are two different things.
Appropriate behavior in your race? Is that what that is?
So okay.
No, when you take another race's culture.
God, this is
I'm,
like a
I'm,
new
I
word.
can't. I've
Hold
tried
on.
really
Let it
hard.
out. Let it
I've tried
out.
Really, really
Let it
hard
out.
to be
Shut up, arsehole. She's trying to speak some sense.
understanding on this issue. But unfortunately, these arguments about cultural appropriation have run amok. Okay.
Explain
So
that to me.
there are certain issues where I see that there's a problem, right? So for instance, there are employers that would refuse to hire a black woman if she wants to wear her hair naturally. I have a really good friend who had that problem.
Really? Because a woman had curly hair, she was disallowed to work for this job. I find that hard to believe. That man or woman or whoever she went to be hired for should be charged with racial discrimination. I call bullshit on that. I'm going to have to ask for citation needed. Usually, you're not allowed to work for a job because your hair is long, and women tend to get away with that. Men, not so much. I also fail to see how that is racial appropriation. That's just discrimination, if that actually happened. Which I fail to see could possibly happen, considering black men don't have that problem. They wear their hair naturally at all times. Was her hair too long? Was her hair made in a hairdo that was not fit for work? You know, maybe she had to cut it in a very conservative style so that it wouldn't get pulled out of machinery or get pulled by people. I don't know. It could be anything. It might not even be racial. It could be pragmatic purposes. You don't know. But that's not appropriation. That's discrimination, what you're describing there.
Her employer told her, we don't accept your kinky hair. You need to straighten it. You need to treat it. Okay, so she had to deal with that. Right. At the same time, if you have white employees who like to wear their hair kinky or like frizz it up or do whatever that they do, it's like, oh, that's so edgy.
Really? Because a woman had curly hair, she was disallowed to work for this job. I find that hard to believe. That man or woman or whoever she went to be hired for should be charged with racial discrimination. I call bullshit on that. I'm going to have to ask for citation needed. Usually, you're not allowed to work for a job because your hair is long, and women tend to get away with that. Men, not so much. I also fail to see how that is racial appropriation. That's just discrimination, if that actually happened. Which I fail to see could possibly happen, considering black men don't have that problem. They wear their hair naturally at all times. Was her hair too long? Was her hair made in a hairdo that was not fit for work? You know, maybe she had to cut it in a very conservative style so that it wouldn't get pulled out of machinery or get pulled by people. I don't know. It could be anything. It might not even be racial. It could be pragmatic purposes. You don't know. But that's not appropriation. That's discrimination, what you're describing there.
So that's a cultural issue, right? There's a double standard there, and it's important to have a discussion about the culture.
Again, that's not appropriation. That is discrimination, because white people also have curly and kinky hair. Have you heard of the Jufro?
But this whole thing about, that's my hairstyle. You're not allowed to have my hairstyle. You're not allowed to eat my food. You're not allowed to celebrate my culture. That divides us.
Thank fuck, after that stupid story and I'm getting confused as to what is appropriation and what is discrimination. You're right, cultural appropriation divides us. It does not bring us closer together because, as we know, the human race would not be up to about 7 billion people if we all just stayed away from each other.
That doesn't bring us closer
What if he was
together.
wearing a headdress? Just like a Native American headdress.
I mean,
Wow, Francesca, you're so fucking racist that even the other members are beginning to groan because you keep going on and on about stupid shit.
That would have been.
I might knock that off.
I think that.
Well,
I think
that probably is a bit much.
that was.
That's a little much, right?
You do realise there's more than one Native American tribe who all have their different cultures, different languages, different religions, even they don't all believe in the great spirit in the sky. They also don't all wear headdresses. They have different styles of clothing. Some are completely westernised, others have retained their traditional clothing, and not all that traditional clothing are headdresses.
I think that video is funny.
Is it because you're a racist arsehole, mate, who's totally not funny at all?
It is funny.
It was just funny, and he's like, "Hey man, don't disrespect me."
Is it me, or were you, when you were in high school or university, the one who either bullied the kid and laughed at him, or was the one surrounding the kid in that group who laughed as the bully beat up the kid? Because that is despicable what you just said then. The guy's being bullied, he's being assaulted because of his hair, because of his race. And all you can do is sit there and laugh at him because of his fucking response. You do realise the guy was a man, right? And if he laid one finger on her, he would have been the one in trouble and probably arrested.
Like the locals doing it.
I have to give him. You have to give him credit though.
But he
for him to like de-escalate.
He's fine.
the
He's
situation.
actually
He was
finding.
very calm.
He
He
was
considering what was going on.
He's kind of finding himself. You know, he's in college, but I don't. Is it
He's just finding himself. He's finding himself. It's totally natural to be bullied by another adult in university because of your race and your hair, asshole.
really a big issue? I mean, I think she was just trying to play with him, and then I don't think she was taking it as seriously as we think she.
You idiot! She had scissors! She was accosting him! Why would she do this? Why? She was not trying to play with him. She didn't even know him. She literally randomly walks up to him and says, "Why you got your hair that way? That's cultural appropriation, you're a racist." Then starts grabbing him, stopping him from going about his business, then has scissors and even wanted to cut them off. How is that playing? This is the same excuse that people used to give bullies back in high school and primary school for me. Whenever I got bullied, horrifically by the way, it was like, oh, they're just playing, it's just banter. You are a fucking disgrace. How are you a journalist? How is that playing? It's just because she's a woman. Just because she's a black woman, therefore she is just playing with him. She's high. Look, she's just being nice. No, she's not. Fuck you.
Yeah,
My opinion.
I think I'm.
Maybe I'm wrong.
with everybody here. Okay, so let me be PC here. No, on the one hand, I laughed, right? I mean, I looked
Yeah.
at the video, and everybody's got a lot of drama about this.
Of course you laughed, Cenk. It's a white guy getting bullied.
But I mean, that guy is kind of hilarious.
He's
And I
hilarious.
feel bad saying that.
No, you don't feel bad at all, mate. That's just your excuse. Oh, I feel so bad about this, but he's hilarious. Why? Because if he lays a finger on her, she will get him arrested for assault, even though he is the victim in this.
Because he's doing his own thing, right?
Yeah.
And we don't know where he grew up. We don't know what context he grew up in. And
That doesn't matter. The point is, he was accosted and assaulted and bullied because of his race and because of his hair. This woman is a racist and a bully. Just say that. She wasn't high. She wasn't playing with him. She was bullying him.
but like, yo, it's not me, so I'm amused by it, right? But okay, you do you, boo, as Anna would
Yeah.
say.
Yes, Cenk, you just admitted that you are amused by it because you are you. You're an asshole. You've always been a bit racist anyway. What news is there? Thanks for admitting it finally.
But like, so she holds him. That's wrong. You can't put your hands on somebody. It's assault. But on the other hand, if I was the guy, I'd be like, okay, this got weird. Like, don't touch me. But then I'd leave it. And by
Yeah.
the way, to be fair to him, he hasn't pressed charges.
Yeah,
Right?
That's not a good thing, Cenk. That's a bad thing. The last thing you want to do is to not press charges against this person. Because she's going to do it again. She won't learn from her mistake. Look at her smile. That is a smile of someone who knows she's going to get away with it, who knows she can lay a finger on him and there's not a damn thing he can do about it. That is a smile of a bully with all the power. Look at her reaction at the end. That speaks volumes for the amount of shit she knows she could be in if the university choose to do anything about it, which they probably won't anyway.
He says that he's not planning on pressing any charges. He's like, look, I filed a complaint with the university, let them handle it. And the university has responded and said that they're investigating the situation, right? But I think dialogue is important, and I think talking about cultural double standards is important. And
What double standard? It's just hair. You don't even know if your friend was telling the truth about this whole story, Anna. For all we know, it could have been a totally pragmatic response that she took personally. But you're right, we need to discuss these things. We need to just accept that there are cool things about cultures that other cultures want to be a part of, and that is totally okay. Banning races from wearing other races' clothes, other cultures' clothes, etc., etc., it's just so stupid. What next? We're going to stop black people and white people from being in relationships?
doing things to try to mitigate that or change that. But at the same time, look, it's like me going up to someone who's eating kebabs and telling them, how fucking dare you eat kebabs? Do you know what my Armenian people had to go through during the genocide?
Oh shit, Cenk just got triggered then.
Oh,
You know,
God.
are you speaking out about the genocide? Like, that's just, it's unreasonable, okay? If you want to educate people about the situation, you don't do it by antagonizing them, attacking them, and making them feel like they're
know what I
Very true, Anna, very true. And keep triggering Cenk with the Armenian genocide. It's really good.
It feels more like a case of bullying to me than it does about,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't think she was really trying to bring up an issue of racial appropriation or cultural appropriation.
She said it in the video, you idiot. What was she trying to do then? If she wasn't trying to bring up a political statement, what was she doing? You don't think she was bullying him, but that's clearly what she was doing. So she was doing nothing? She just didn't do nothing, eh?
It just seems like she was being a bully.
I think we're leaving on.
She said it in the video, you idiot. What was she trying to do then? If she wasn't trying to bring up a political statement, what was she doing? You don't think she was bullying him, but that's clearly what she was doing. So she was doing nothing? She just didn't do nothing, eh?
Being a geographist. I mean, Jesus Christ, you brought up where Egypt is. Where's that? It's
Where
in
is
Egypt. It's in
Egypt?
Egypt, isn't it? I mean, I don't know, somewhere. That got a little Google map. By the way, shot lava.
This guy is infuriating me. He thinks he's so edgy. He's not. He's just an asshole.
They don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah,
They don't know
but
what that
you
is.
do. You
Well,
do.
you know why?
Why?
You have no idea. I made a movie for your people.
Really?
Lost and Found in Armenia. 6 weeks in Azerbaijan.
Oh, awesome.
Do you know where that is?
A little bit.
Damn it! You have white dreads. But it's true. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Notice how nobody laughs at your jokes, mate. You're shit. You're just that arsehole friend that everyone has to invite to things. Otherwise you'd complain. And Cenk is obviously your best friend. He's like, come on, he's my best friend. If you get to know him, he's really funny and great. He's amazing. He's really nice. But really, he's just an arsehole to everybody else.
So I love that we're a melting pot.
Yes.
I mean, where would we be if we didn't appropriate black music? Right? We wouldn't have most of the music that we have now.
Nobody appropriated it. America practically invented that style of music. It was not there until the black slaves arrived in America and then met and heard European music. Apparently there's even an Arabic influence in blues. So, you know, even then they were appropriating.
Right?
We wouldn't have classic rock or anything.
And what would we do without fried rice or bagel and lox or pizza, right? Or gyros or kebabs, right? That's America. That's awesome. Like if somebody says, "Hey, I like your Turkish food or Armenian food," that's great. That's not a bad thing, right? And if they're eating it all the time, it's not cultural appropriation. If they're dressing like someone who's black, I don't think that's cultural appropriation. In a lot of ways, it could be deemed as respect, right?
Yeah.
On the other hand, I just want to make a quick note because some people are getting on black people in general for what she did. But
Who is? And to be honest, considering a lot of the people who attack other people for cultural appropriation tend to be black or Asian, you can kind of see why they are. And I agree with you that nobody should be giving other black people shit because of some idiots in their ranks. I mean, black people don't even have the same culture. But that's going to happen. She's got people on her side that are giving white people a load of shit. On the other hand, you've got people who are attacking this girl who will generalize all black people. And that is wrong. We need to keep the nuance. We need to stop generalizing. But you're going to say that anyway, hopefully.
when a white guy does something bad, and you know, I mean, you can get extreme like the Aurora, Colorado shooting or whatever. People don't ask every white person in the country to apologize for it because that'd be weird.
Yeah, they do. The progressives were doing it non-stop throughout the entire fiasco, mate.
Yeah.
Right? So if you don't agree with her, don't make it a black thing.
Most people aren't trying to do that, they're just attacking her, which is fair enough. But people have made school shootings and other things like that a white male problem. Just look at Anita Sarkeesian with the whole toxic masculinity bullshit and other intersectional feminists attacking white men just because most of the school shooters tend to be white and male. Because, you know, most people in the US are white and most murders are committed by men, although technically most murders are committed by black men or something, maybe? I don't know, but when it comes to school shootings, they tend to be white because that's the population. It's not because white people or white men have a problem, that's just how it is. They were doing that. Hell, Elliot Rodgers, who was actually mixed race, was misidentified on purpose a lot of the time by these people as white to suit their agenda. So it does happen to white people, even mixed race people. Like, for example, the part black guy who was conservative, or at least right-leaning, who shot up a school or a university, I can't remember. He was mixed race, yet people called him white.
Right?
Yeah, and-
Not every black person has to apologize for what she did, or for that guy, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you don't agree with him for whatever reason.
None of that excuses anything, Cenk, and it happens to white people as well. I rest my case. I've given you my examples. Over to the judge.
So white people don't have to apologize for him. Black people don't have to apologize for her.
No one should have to apologise, but what's more absurd is apologising for a guy who has a hairstyle.
I don't want to live in a world where we have to walk on eggshells because we're celebrating other people's culture, right? But I do want to live in a world where we talk about the way certain things are perceived with one race versus another. So for instance, if you're a white model and you're wearing a thong bikini in a Sports Illustrated shoot, that's sexy, right? If you're Nicki Minaj and you're wearing a thong in whatever, your album cover, oh, she looks like a whore, this and that. Like, you see.
Point me to where this double standard exists. She's a sex symbol regardless, mate. There are so many people who aren't white who are sex symbols, Anna, and they don't have this double standard thrown at them. If anything, it's jealous women of all colours that are calling Nicki Minaj that. I don't see men complaining.
What I'm saying?
Who said that?
I mean, you get that criticism all the time. Like, it's vulgar, it's dirty, this. And so, I get it. There are definitely double standards, but that's a cultural issue.
Where are these double standards? You're pulling them out of your ass, Anna. Nobody ever says that. The only people who are calling her a whore are people who are jealous, or think she's ugly, or are just trolls. They're not doing it because she's black, they're doing it because she's a woman, or they're jealous. That's literally it. It's not a double standard. Naomi Campbell over here is a black model who is a sex symbol, or was in the 90s. I don't know when she was modelling, but she's famous.
You don't solve that by going after specific people that just like your culture and they want to celebrate it. I think that's the wrong way to go about it. But I don't know. I might, as people have called me, I'm just a white feminist and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, that's my line. I'm just a cis, mixed-race, heterosexual guy who doesn't know any better, Anna. That's my line. But yeah, your opinion is going to be discounted because you're white. But I still don't get how this guy is celebrating any culture, considering dreadlocks are a thing that exists throughout every culture since time immemorial. But hey, whatever.
Okay, and
do
one
know
more.
what you're talking
Okay, I'm
about.
going to say one more thing.
I
Guys,
hope I don't have to give up kebabs.
How about give up your job on TYT and stop telling jokes? I'm only kidding.
I love kebabs.
May none of us ever give up kebabs in the name of America and all things that are right and holy.
British kebabs are better. Yeah, I said it. British kebabs are better than American kebabs.
One last thing is that there's a giant difference between doing it in a respectful way, and I don't think that kid meant it in any way other than that. I think that, you know, he likes the culture, right? It seems obvious from that video.
What culture? It's clear from the video he wears it because he likes the style. He's not really liking any particular culture, considering that dreadlocks are a multicultural hairstyle that have been worn by many different people throughout the years. What culture? Not all African Americans are part of the same African American culture. Some are from Latino countries, although technically that's the same. Although really Dominicans are Caribbean anyway. Loads of different cultures. They're not all the same. Whose culture is he celebrating? If anything, he could be celebrating his own.
I know it's a small video, but he's into it, right? And doing it in a way that's mocking, right? So if somebody's into Turkish food or rugs or people, great, right? If they're wearing fezzes around,
No,
right? It's like,
exactly, yeah.
oh, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little, you know, it's slightly
Wait,
different.
if I wore a fez, I'd get in trouble. If I was.
Well, Kevin Logan's fucked.
Well, luckily it's not an issue because no one does it.
Yeah, no.
Right? No one.
not in
Turks
yet.
are so irrelevant. No one bothers to make fun of them.
It's not in yet.
Right?
Yeah, sorry, relevant. Yeah, whatever. You're all funny, amazing comedians, truly.
But if he was going around in blackface, this would be a completely different
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed it would. Indeed it would. But he didn't. Well, there you have it, people. She didn't do nothing, according to 3/4 of the TYT panel. But she did do something, according to Anna Kasparian. And with that, we should sing her praises. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I'll see you all later.
And every vision